Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing great and having a great day. So, I just want to talk about Moto GP. Yeah. So, to all the Moto GP fans out there, yeah, thank you for all your support as well. And I know you're gonna enjoy this season. So, yeah. So, the Moto GP, the Sunday race, which was a few days ago, that's that fell on the second, so the 2nd of March. So the MotoGP race took place in Thailand at Buriram, and they already had the sprint race on the Saturday, and then now the MotoGP race was taking place, and it was 26 laps. So the qualifying positions stayed the same. So you had Mark in first, Alex in second, and Bagnaia in third. So yeah, let me dive into the race straight away. Yeah. So you had Mark. Mark kept the lead. Mark Marquez, he kept the lead, and then Francesco Bagnaia, he slotted into second. From third position. So he had a good start basically, and then it was a battle on the first lap. It was a battle between Alex Marquez and the Japanese rider Ai Ogura, and then for some reason, Maverick Vinales dropped to 21st position. I think it was about 18th, and he dropped to 21st position. So he didn't have the greatest of starts. And then I Ogura was pressuring, was pressuring Bagnaia because Bagnaia dropped from second to third. So Alex Marquez managed to regain his starting position and overtook Francesco Bagnaia. So now it was Bagnaia versus I Ogura. So Ogura was putting pressure on him for third position, but Bagnaia managed to keep his composure, and keep his position. So on lap two, there was a battle between fifth, sixth, and seventh place, and Jack Miller was very, very impressive on the Pramac Yamaha. He was the quickest Yamaha on the Sunday, and like I even heard the commentators, they were talking about how Jack Miller is very, very good for Yamaha because he will bring a lot of they can get a lot of data from him, from for doing so good on the Sunday, because Yamaha have struggled for a few years now, really and truly, since Valentino left. And then since Quattararo won the championship, they've really, really struggled, and since he had a battle with what's his name, Bagnaia, for the championship, they've really, really struggled. So yeah. And then you had on lap three, you had Pedro Acosta. That was the first mistake of the race, the first crash of the session. It was Pedro Acosta. He slid off. He slid off at turn one, and so that was the end of his race there. And then on lap four, the gap between the top three was you had Mark Marcus in first. Then you had Mark Marquez in first, 1.128 seconds ahead of Alex Marquez, and then peccobagnaia was a 1.35353 seconds behind Alex Marquez. Then you have Fabio Morbidelli in fourth position, then I Ogura in fifth position. So on lap four, it shows here that Morbidelli made a place on Ogura because Ogura was in fourth position, and then he must have dropped a place. And then on lap six out of 26, you had Mark Marquez. He was 1.2 seconds ahead of Alex, with Bagnaia a further 1.454 seconds behind Alex in third position. So over there, Mark was just pushing on. From the first six laps, Mark was pushing on. Trying to open a gap. And on lap seven, you had Mark. Like surprisingly, he relinquished the lead of the race. And Alex Marquez gained the lead of the race. Mark just pulled over and let Alex through. This wasn't no favoritism or anything. It was just explained as the tire pressures, yeah, on Mark's bike. He got a warning on his dashboard that, look, you got low tire pressures. So he had to relinquish the lead and get his tire pressures, in control properly, or you will get disqualified if you do a number of laps here underneath the specified tire pressure. You know, so let's say it's 26 laps and you do 15 laps on let's say the tire pressure is 25, yeah, and your tire pressure dropped to 22, and you do 15 laps here at 22 psi, you will get disqualified. You know, that's how the rules is stated. So Mark had to drop behind, but he was trailing his brother. He was trailing Alex. You know, so from lap seven, Alex led the race. You know, lap 11, Alex was leading by 0. Just about 2 tenths, and then Mark was about 6 tenths ahead of Bagnaia. Then you had Morbidelli in fourth. You had Ogura in fifth. You had Jack Miller in seventh. What's his name? Um, is it not Ferreira? Sorry, not yeah. There's another rider, which I can't catch the name at the moment. It was Ricardo something, and then you had he was in the what's his name seventh. Then you had Marco Bezzecchi in eighth. Then you had Joan Mayer in ninth, and then Johan Zarco in 10th. Okay, so now you on lap 12, you had the top five were covered only by 1.5 seconds. So now when Mark dropped behind Alex, you know, it brought the top five closer. So the battle was on for the race win anyway. And then on lap 16 of 26, at turn 12, there was a crash from John Mayer, you know, unfortunately for him. So that was the second crash of the race. And then on lap 17, you had Jack Miller, Marco Bezzecchi battling for sixth position. You know what I'm saying? They were battling for sixth position, and it was quite a good battle. And then on lap 20, with 6 laps to go, you had Alex Mark. They were very close. You know, Mark was already trailing him like 2 tenths, 3 tenths. You know, it wasn't a big gap. So Mark had a pace all along, and then Mark was just applying the pressure, applying the pressure. And on lap 21, there was a slight wobble from Alex Marquez. And on lap 22, Mark just took what's the name, the lead. He just took the lead, and with 4 laps to go, Mark took the lead from Alex Marquez at turn 12. And from then on, Mark just pushed on. So there was 4 laps to go. So he just consolidated his race. And so on lap 24, the gap was Marquez 1.513, and ahead of Alex Marquez. And then peccobagnaia was a further only like 5 tenths behind Alex Marquez. So Pecco was trying to take second position, but he just didn't have enough pace to do it. Then you had Fabio Morbidelli in fourth, and then I Ogura in fifth. So let me just check how many laps Alex Marquez led. So he led from lap 7 to lap 22. So yeah, so he left 15 laps. So that was okay for Alex, you know, it was okay for him to lead the race, but he just didn't have enough pace, you know, to get it over the finish line. Then you had only two riders out of the 22 on track, you know, dropped out, which was Pedro Acosta and what's his name again? John May. So 20 riders finished, and then Mark Marquez won the race, and then he took the full 25 points. And then you had Alex Marquez in second, and then Francesco Bagnaia in third. I want to state that this was the same result that happened in the sprint race. You know, the top three were the same. Yeah, the same result that happened in the sprint race. You know, Ducati has been dominating MotoGP for a few years now. Even their satellite bikes, you know, dominating. So yeah, it was a good looking for Mark here. So Mark took 4 points for the weekend. He took the 12 plus the 25 points, and you know he's leading the world championship at the moment. I mean, people say he made it look easy, but it wasn't really easy. You know, he still had to drop behind and get his tire pressures, you know, on point. And yeah, it was an okay race. It was an okay race. It wasn't the greatest of exciting battles, but the race was okay. So I just want to say to everyone that's watching the video, thank you for all your support. Please don't forget to always subscribe to the channel and then click the notification bell. Don't forget to like the content. And also, don't forget to drop your comments below. If you got any questions to ask, drop it below and I'll answer you. And also, don't forget to share it on your various social media platforms, And also, click on another video to check out more content that I've made. And you can also check back on the channel because I always release new content anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for your support. And then, yeah, on to the next one.